Hashimoto's thyroid disease is becoming incredibly prevalent in this country, and we have to kind of wonder, why is it becoming prevalent? A process in the body that's being researched fairly heavily at the moment is molecular mimicry. Molecular mimicry is when the body starts attacking itself when it thinks that it's actually attacking a protein from a food or a bacteria. An example of that with Hashimoto's is the connection between celiac or gluten reactions and Hashimoto's, or the thyroid cells. When the gluten leaks in through to the bloodstream, the body will mount an immune response against gluten. The problem with that and the linking with Hashimoto's is that the protein structure looks very similar to the protein structure of the thyroid cells. So when the body mounts an immune response against the gluten, it can also mount an immune response against the thyroid cells. There's a couple of bacteria that are being researched at the moment because there's suspicion that it could also do the same thing, and one of those is Yersinia. So there's antigens or proteins on this bacteria that have the same protein or peptide structure as the thyroid cells as well. So when the bacteria is in the body may mount an immune response against that bacteria, but then also against the thyroid cells as well. So if you've been diagnosed with Hashimoto's, I'd really encourage you to look into your microbiome as much as possible. Assess what bacteria are living in your gut, so good bacteria, dysbiotic bacteria, parasites, and really work at getting those balanced in the gut. Remembering that 80% of your immune system is in the gut. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune condition, so if the bacteria are out of balance in the gut, often your body will flick into more of an autoimmune response. It's also important to do a complete nutrient analysis. So often nutrients like iodine, zinc, selenium, and tyrosine are not being checked when they're the fundamental foundation of your thyroid hormones. It's important as well to assess a person's stress levels. It's a very well-known fact that stress can be an underlying trigger behind all autoimmune conditions and not just Hashimoto's. So if you have Hashimoto's, you really need to take a multifaceted approach. It's not just assess the thyroid and treat the thyroid. It could be molecular mimicry, it could be a bacterial imbalance in the gut, it could be immune dysfunction or an inflammatory response, it could be nutrient deficiencies, or it could be stress as well. So I hope that gives you a little bit more insight, and I hope you've learned something new. If you've got any questions, please feel free to contact us.